Topuria is a nightmare.
Yes, he is.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah.
He's scary. What he did to Josh Emmett, I was like,
nasty.
Oh, man.
He's nasty.
What he did to Bryce Mitchell, like, oh, man.
He's so good. He's so skilled. And he's got great boxing, got great takedown defense.
Everywhere.
Topuria is that guy. He has that power to knock you out and do it in just absolutely devastating fashion.
Daniel Cormier was left amazed after witnessing Ilia Topuria's latest training session as he prepares for a potential showdown with Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title. While the fight hasn't been officially announced, Topuria has already kicked off his training camp for what could be a monumental clash. Cormier remarked that Topuria hits harder than anyone he's seen in a long time. He even drew comparisons to Conor McGregor at 145 pounds, but emphasized that Topuria is even more technically refined. According to Cormier, people backstage were buzzing about Topuria's power, describing it as reminiscent of a young knockout artist, a sentiment he fully agrees with. He went on to say that Topuria's punching power is so dangerous, it could potentially stop someone as durable as Max Holloway.
I don't know if we have ever seen a guy at 145 that punches like this dude. He hits like no one I've ever seen before. Conor McGregor had great power at 145. But Conor McGregor, I don't think, had the skills that Ilia Topuria has. I was talking to some of the people in the back, and they told me he's like Triple G. And I agree. Remember, Triple G used to just starch dudes early in his career. Topuria's like that. Topuria is that guy. He has that power to knock you out and do it in just absolutely devastating fashion. Because I never thought that anybody would be able to knock out Max Holloway.
Amid the ongoing uncertainty in the lightweight division, Daniel Cormier shared his vision for how the UFC should bring clarity to the 155-pound landscape. He suggested that the promotion book a title fight between Islam Makhachev and Dustin Poirier. At the same time, he proposed a matchup between Justin Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan, with the winner earning the next shot at the belt. Cormier believed this approach would help reset the division and establish a clear, fair path forward for all top contenders.
Here's what I would suggest, and I'm not a matchmaker. Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, book it. Gaethje versus Tsarukyan. Book it. Whoever wins fights Makhachev. That's it right there. That's it. Topuria gets the shot. Tsarukyan, Gaethje, winner gets the title fight. We're back in line at 155.
While anticipation builds around potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, tensions are rising. Makhachev has expressed interest in a direct title fight with Topuria, but Topuria believes the lightweight champion is avoiding him, not out of strategy, but out of fear, confident in his abilities. Topuria claimed he would defeat Makhachev with ease and suggested the Dagestani star is hesitant because he knows the threat Topuria presents to his title reign.
Hemos podido ver, es primero que Makhachev no se abre del todo a pelear contigo, quizás porque tenga algún tipo de...
¿Tiene miedo? Claro que tiene miedo, por supuesto. Es como, siempre es una pelea fácil hasta que te ponen el nombre en el contrato, ¿no? Así que todos lo sabemos. Si fuera tan fácil y si fuera tan enano como él dice, ya compartiría el octógono conmigo, ¿no? Por algo no quiere. Yo lo entiendo, así que está bien. Súbete hacia arriba.
Daniel Cormier raised an important question about whether Islam Makhachev should even face Ilia Topuria next, expressing concern that even a win might not get the respect it deserves. He noted that critics could downplay the victory by saying Islam only defeats featherweights like Alexander Volkanovski and Topuria, or opponents like Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush, fighters who were either lower ranked or took the fight on short notice. Cormier stressed that no matter how dominant a champion is, there will always be attempts to undermine their achievements. In his view, Islam Makhachev is the best fighter in the world, and that level of excellence should be recognized, regardless of the narratives people try to spin around him.
Islam Makhachev, the lightweight champion of the world, one of the greatest fighters of all time, and the number one pound fighter in the world. Rumors are coming out that he said no to a fight with Ilia Topuria. They feel he needs to do something first. What do you make of that when you first hear it? Like, he doesn't want to fight Topuria just yet, at least.
My first sense is that's fake news. And it's a real insult to Ilia, to Islam. I don't believe that Islam's scared to fight anybody. I think that evidence of that fact would be the fact that he switched opponents, took on Money Moicano with no training camp, no preparation, just because it's the right thing to do.
Although the fight hasn't been officially confirmed, the potential matchup between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev is already making waves across social media. Lightweight veteran Dustin Poirier weighed in on the buzz, offering his take on how the fight could play out. Poirier acknowledged that if Topuria can successfully defend against Makhachev's takedowns, his striking power could pose a serious threat. At the same time, he praised Islam's evolving stand-up game, noting how intelligent and elusive he's become. Reflecting on his own recent bout with Makhachev, Poirier mentioned Islam's unique use of range as a key factor in the fight. Still, Poirier expressed doubts about whether Topuria could overcome the size difference, suggesting that might be the deciding factor in the matchup.
I don't know that Islam should fight him first. For Makhachev, he goes and beats Ilia Topuria, right? People will say he beat Volk, he beat Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira, Renato Moicano. Seems pretty good. That's 5 title fight wins. But in that, it would say, well, he's defended the belt 3 times against featherweights. Because at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter what you do or in high regard you hold someone. The fact that he was the champion in a lower weight class is what's going to be pointed to the moment Islam beats him. Because anytime you have a dominant champ, anytime, you look for reasons to discredit them. Happens all the time. He beat a featherweight, and he beat a featherweight, and then he beat a guy that was ranked lower on a day's notice. People always try to find holes in his title reign when those title reign holes aren't there. He is the best fighter in the world.
However, welterweight champion Belal Muhammad believes Islam Makhachev shouldn't take a fight with Ilia Topuria. In Muhammad's view, Makhachev doesn't receive the respect he deserves, regardless of his accomplishments. He pointed out that even after Islam defeated Alexander Volkanovski, critics downplayed the win, first claiming Volkanovski was too small, or that Islam failed to finish the fight. Then, when Makhachev did finish Volkanovski in the rematch, the same doubts persisted. Now, with Topuria potentially moving up from featherweight to challenge Makhachev, Belal feels the pattern will continue, even if Islam dominates Topuria. He believes critics will once again dismiss the victory by saying he only beat another 145-er.
How do you think he would do against Islam?
I mean, if he can stop the takedowns, I think his boxing's better than Islam's. I think he's a bigger puncher. Yeah. Islam's technique is getting a lot better on the feet. He's kind of crafty and elusive. When I fought him, he fought at a weird range, but I think the size difference is just too much.
Belal Muhammad clarified that Islam Makhachev isn't avoiding a fight with Ilia Topuria. He just believes Topuria hasn't earned a lightweight title shot yet. According to Belal, Makhachev faces criticism no matter who he beats. So he wants to see Topuria prove himself at 155 pounds first, perhaps by facing a top contender like Charles Oliveira. Belal also noted a key difference between Topuria and former featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. While Volkanovski earned his move up by dominating and defending his title multiple times, Topuria vacated his belt without defending it and chose to move up right away, a decision that, in Belal's eyes, makes the leap to a title shot feel premature.
People never want to give Team Habib their respect, right? They want to see them lose so bad. They just want to, shun them and, put hate on them no matter what it is. When he beats Volkanovski, who was the pound for pound best fighter in the world at that time, in a close fight, it was like, oh, he sucks, blah, blah, he didn't finish him, he should have finished him, he's a 45er, then he goes out there, finishes him, and it's like, well, Volkanovski was a 45er. So now Topuria, who's, I think he's a little bit smaller than Volkanovski, he's going to move up, and then if Islam dominates him, oh, well, he's a 45er, he could go back down. So there's really nothing to gain for Islam from fighting him.
Furthermore, Tom Aspinall clarified his frustration isn't aimed at John Jones personally, but the overall situation surrounding the heavyweight title. He believes it's unfair for Jones to continue holding the belt without defending it, especially while other top contenders are actively competing and taking risks. Aspinall emphasized that all he wants is the opportunity to be recognized as the rightful top contender and to prove he deserves the undisputed title. He's confident in his skills and simply wants a chance to show that, if given the shot, he can rise to the top of the division.
So when he says, oh, let him fight somebody else, earn it. He's not saying I won't fight him. He's saying, bro, let him earn it. We already had to deal with this already. People are already shutting my resume. They're hating on me no matter what. So let him go out there, beat like a Charles Oliveira. Why would it have to be for a title? You vacated your title. You wanted to move up on your own. You didn't want to cut the weight. And it's not like you beat you defended the belt like 10 times at 45 or 5 times, right? When Volkanovski did it, he already beat everybody there. And, you know, he was earned his shot to move up.